Hello guys, welcome to our all new web design course. This course is powered by Kitech Digital. It is a full web design course without coding using WordPress, which means that we are going to go through every aspect of web design without touching a single line of code. We're going to use WordPress to design our website. My name is Evans Kwabena Asare. You can also call me Kobe. I am a web designer, a digital marketer, and a YouTuber. I have a master's degree in accounting with focus on big data and digital marketing. I'm currently a PhD candidate in Jiangsu University, China, with a research focus on management science and engineering, and then digital marketing. Now, this is the course outline. Now, this course is divided into 3 days. We have day 1, day 2, and then day 3. Day 1, we're going to study Intro to WordPress, Intro to Domain and Web Hosting, buying a domain name, and then hosting. We're also going to talk about the Intro to the Cpanel, creating a subdomain, installing WordPress from the Cpanel, Intro to WordPress dashboard. That is for the day 1. So in the day 1, we're going to make sure that we do all these ones. And then in the day 2, we will talk about themes and plugins, page builder, which we are going to specifically use Elementor, header and footer, design a simple business website. Now, day 3, we're going to go deeper into web design by talking about Intro to WooCommerce, designing an e-commerce website, secure your website. That is making sure that we secure our website after creating it. And then we talk about custom email addresses. So these are the course outline, or this is the course outline for the main web design course that we're going to talk about. Hello guys, we are going to talk about WordPress, domain and hosting. WordPress, domain and hosting. Now, what is WordPress? When we talk about WordPress, what really does it mean? WordPress is a free content management system, which is a CMS that allow users to create websites without any knowledge of coding. So this means that this is a platform that allows you to create your own website without coding. It means that you are not going to touch any single line of coding. Everything is just design that you are going to build on it. So WordPress was initially created as a simple PHP blogging tool to help people create websites quickly by selecting designs and widgets to display text, images, and calendars. So beginning of the concept of WordPress alone was just a simple PHP blogging tool, which means that it will help designers or people who want to blog create a simple website by just selecting designs and widgets to display their text, their images, and then maybe calendars. Now, WordPress comes in 2 packages. There is the free version. I mean, all of them are free typically, but there is one which is WordPress.com. And the WordPress.com gives you access to create your own completely free website as a subdomain on the WordPress.com website. So the WordPress.com website will be there, and then you will create your own website on that domain, but you are going to have a subdomain to create your own website. So you're going to have something like maybe your website dot wordpress.com, and that is what the wordpress.com. And then we also have the wordpress.org, which is this other side of the wordpress.com, where you can download and install WordPress on your hosting server to help you create your own custom unique website with the help of available themes and plugins. So with this one, you can download the whole software, WordPress software, for free, install it on your hosting package or your hosting server, and then you can use it to create your own unique website with the help of available themes and plugins. So that is the two packages that WordPress comes with. Now let's talk about domains and hosting. And what is a domain name? The name people will type in the address bar of their web browsers when looking for your website. So example is maybe www.cobbysmarket.com. So it could be .com, it could be .gov, it could be .org, .edu, all the domain extensions. Now this is the name that people will type in their web browsers or their web browsers whenever they are searching for your website. So every website have a domain name which needs to be typed in the web browser search bar for it to retrieve your files and folders to display your website. So that is what domain name. And domain name are not just for free, you need to buy them. So you can get domain name from different domain providers where they sell it. You can search for the name. If it is available, you buy them. Now we'll go deeper into domains and hosting, the practical aspect when we are buying domain names and hosting. Now what is a hosting, or what is hosting? There are companies that are called the hosting service companies. What these companies do is to provide you with a hosting package. So what they do is to provide you with a hosting package. Their job is to host and keep your content on their servers. And whenever someone type your domain name in the web browser, they serve them with your content or website. So this hosting package, after having your own domain name, you need to connect your domain name with your hosting. And the host is just like buying a space online somewhere where it's going to host your files over there. Now of course you can create your own hosting in your own house, but always make sure that it is online 24/7, so that when somebody searches your website, it wouldn't say your website is offline. That is why these hosting companies are there for. They provide us with a space in their servers, and then those servers are online 24/7 every day. And then we buy those spaces, we put our files and other stuff over there, we install WordPress on those servers, and then we design our website from there, so that whenever somebody is searching for our website, types in our domain name in their web browser, they serve them with our content. And that is what the hosting. Now the next step is buying a domain name and hosting. How do we buy domain name and hosting? Now to buy a domain name and hosting, there are so many domain providers and hosting providers, so hosting services online. There's so many of them available, but we are going to use one particular one. So we're going to search for Namecheap. We're going to search for this one over here. It's Namecheap. So guys, as you can see, Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain name registrar providing domain name registration and web hosting based in Phoenix, Arizona, US. Namecheap is a budget hosting provider with 11 million registered users and 10 million domains. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to use. So to get to their website, I'm going to provide you a link down there, and then go to kitechdigital.com/namecheap. Now remember, Kitech Digital is not or does not own Namecheap. We just use Namecheap as an affiliate. So anytime you use the link kitechdigital.com/namecheap, what you are doing is you are helping Kitech Digital to also continue provide you with these kind of tutorials for you to learn and learn more. So we get a fee or a commission from whenever you use our link to purchase something from Namecheap. So guys, this is Namecheap over here. Now how do you buy a domain name? Now what you need to do is, you see this bar over here, just search for your domain name that you want. So any name that you want, search for it. So let's say I want to search for kitechdigitalweb.com. I can go ahead and click on search over here, and then if it is available, I'm going to see this tick over here which says what it is available for 9.58 USD per year. So for the first year, I'm going to buy it this one, and then for the subsequent year, I'm going to have it 13.98 if I want to renew it. Okay, now of course, if I am new and I haven't used Namecheap before, I'm going to use this coupon code over here which says newcom698 whenever I'm checking out, and then it's going to reduce this one 9.68 for me to 6.98. So this is what I will be paying instead of this one for the first year. Okay, so to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on add to cart. Now I have my domain name added to cart. Now to add or to buy hosting, we also have to hover on hosting over here. Now of course, there are several types of hosting that Namecheap provides or provides for its users. Now we have the shared hosting, we have the WordPress hosting, we have the reseller hosting, the VPS hosting, dedicated servers, and then if you want to migrate to Namecheap. Now of course, what we're going to do is we're going to use a shared hosting, which is the cheapest one. So we're going to click on shared hosting. Now the shared hosting means that there is a computer over there which have so many space, and we are sharing spaces with other users. So we buy a hosting, we buy the hosting package or the space on a different computer, but on that same computer, that space is shared among different users, and that is what the shared hosting. So all the resources that we are using on that computer, if it is 1 gig memory, 2 gig, whatever it is, we are all sharing that same resources. So this is the shared hosting, and these are the price format over here. So as you can see, they have the Stellar, they have the Stellar Plus, and then the Stellar Business. Now of course, the Stellar is the cheapest one. Now if you are dealing with a bigger website, you choose the Stellar Plus. And then if your website is an e-commerce or very big e-commerce website, then you go for the Stellar Plus, or maybe a VPS hosting. Now what we're going to use is I'm just going to use the Stellar, which is what? Domain name, 3 websites, 20 gig SSD, and then 30 domain based mailboxes. So the domain name means that they're going to provide you with what? Free domain names. Now remember, these are the free domain names that they're going to give you: .fun, .host, .online, .site, .press, .store, .space, .pw, .tech, .website, .agency, .center, .digital, .live, .studio, .cloud, .shop. There is no .com, there is no .org, there is no .edu, there is no .gov, there is no all those things. So if you want a .com, you need to buy it, just like I added my domain name to the cart. So I don't really need their free TLDs, unless maybe I really want to buy just a hosting and I need their free TLDs to connect to my to my hosting. Remember, you cannot just buy a hosting without domain name. You need to connect the hosting and the domain name together, and every hosting needs to have a default domain name attached to that hosting. And that is why they also provide the free TLDs available for you. Now if you go to the other side also, they also have all these ones, and then even the .com is discounted 61%. So as you can see over here, you're gonna get all the free and then a discounted TLDs available. And then also the same thing applies to the Stellar Business over there. Now with the Stellar Plus, you have unlimited website. It means that you can host unlimited website with it. Now with this one, it is just 3 websites. It means that your default website, and then you can add additional 2 websites to that same hosting package. And then the same thing applies to the Stellar Business, also unlimited website. So you can host unlimited website over there. So as you can see, every package comes with their own functions and functionalities. So guys, to get started, just click on get started over here, and then we're going to connect the domain, which is a new domain that we added to our cart. So as you can see, it is already in our cart. Now if you have your own existing domain, of course you can choose that domain over here, and that is it. Now you can see that the domain name is 9.6, and then 9.76 per year, and then the hosting per year is 22.88 per year. Now in all, you're going to pay 32.64 per year. So we can go ahead and click on add to cart. Okay guys, so now that we have our domain name and our hosting added to cart, now we can go ahead and confirm our order. Okay, so let's confirm our order. If you have the promo code, like I told you, the new newcom 698, you can add it over here. But remember, you need to log in first before you can be able to, or sign up first before you can be able to add the promo code. So over here, I can click on confirm order, and then they will tell me to log in or sign up. Okay, so as you can see, I have to log in or sign up or create an account with Namecheap. So you can go ahead and then type in a username that you want to use, type in your password, confirm your password, your first name, your last name, email address, and then you click on, make sure you check this box, and then you click on create account and continue. So guys, you need to make sure that you do all these things before you can be able to continue. So do that, continue, and purchase your hosting and your domain name, and I'm going to meet you at the next run. Okay guys, so after you sign up, this is what you're gonna get. So you're gonna get the full details of your your domain name and everything over here, and then also you have to enter your what your credit card credentials and other stuff in it. And then after that, you make sure that you click on I have confirmed and agreed. I have read and agreed to all Namecheap's terms of service and agreement. So you click over here and then click on pay now over here, or click over here. Now of course, make sure that you read the terms of service of Namecheap and everything related to Namecheap over here, and then click on pay now to pay. So after you paid, you're gonna be redirected to your dashboard. If you don't see your dashboard, just go over here, hover over here, and then click on dashboard over here. Okay, and then you'll be redirected over here. Okay, so you will also receive a confirmation email in your email, something like this, telling you about your hosting details and other stuff. Okay, so if you go back, you also get this other summary email over here. Okay, and that it means that your order is complete and everything is working properly for you. Now if you go over here, you can check on I have a lot of domains I'm working on, but let's say it is this domain that we just purchased. Okay, so now our next step is to make sure that we go through our cPanel and then try to install WordPress on it. So to to install WordPress or to check out our cPanel, we need to hover on our hosting. Now as you can see over here, this is the domain and this is the hosting. Okay, the Stellar hosting package that we bought. Now we can click over here. Over here it says so go to cPanel. Okay, you can of course click on it. It will take you to your cPanel over there. Alright guys, so this is our cPanel. Okay, now your cPanel looks similar to this one. If you are using Namecheap, definitely it's gonna be just like this one over here, with exclusive name for Namecheap customers. Over here it means that you're gonna get Namecheap SSL over here. You also get a lot of things to help you faster install WordPress and other stuff over there. You can also contact Namecheap support over here. Now we have so many things on the cPanel, and we're going to go through it one by one. But before we go through the cPanel, make sure that when you go to your account over here, go and then go to your how do you call it, your domain name over here, and then click on manage to manage your domain DNS. Okay, now when you go over there, when you scroll down, make sure that the name service over here, it is directed to it is moved from Namecheap basic DNS to Namecheap web hosting DNS. Okay, that is very, very important. In this way, it means that you are connecting the hosting and then the domain name together. Okay, the name service together. So it is we are pointing our name service to our Namecheap hosting. Okay, and that is of course, unless maybe you want to point your domain name service to a different hosting service. That is when you come down and choose your custom DNS, and then you're gonna enter the name service over here. But make sure that it is Namecheap web hosting DNS. In this way, your hosting and the domain name are connected together. Okay, so now that you've done this one, now we can go back to our cPanel over here, and then I'm going to go through over here. Now you get your general information relating to your hosting over here. So your IP address will be here, your domain name which is connected to the hosting will be here, and then your home directory, your login IP address, your theme, that is the cPanel theme over here, and then you also have some related server information. So your add-on domains, of course I've used all my add-ons domains over here, meaning that I'm hosting 3 websites on this particular hosting. And then when you go down, you're going to see all your email account, your subdomains, all the other stuff, the FTP account, and all these things, the statistics. You're going to see it on that right side over here. And then also over here, we will see all the other stuff. So the SSL, if you want to install SSL from Namecheap, we click on this one, we can install SSL over here. Now if you go to all the apps on the on the cPanel, of course, if you are using Joomla, different apps, you can install it from this particular place over here. Now of course, what we're going to install is WordPress. Okay, so all what we need to do is to click on WordPress over here, and then we're going to have this WordPress app over here. Okay, so now we can go ahead and then just click on install. But before we go that, let's go back to the cPanel itself, and then let's see what really we need to know. So within the cPanel, of course, where you can install WordPress is over here, the script Stoptaculous app installer. You can see it over here, or you can just click on this one which says Stoptaculous app installer over here. Now under the Stoptaculous app installer, we have the script, and then we can install our PHP script, which is the WordPress over here. Okay, now if you go down, we have the files over here. Now of course, if you want to see our files and folders, we can click on this one to be able to see all the files and folders in this particular domain hosting package. Okay, so we can see all our files and folders over here. We can delete what we don't need. We can put in some other things that we want to put in over here. Okay, and that is the file manager. So as you can see, we have the file manager over here. So this is very, very important. Sometimes when you want to check out some files, which maybe you want to make sure that the file is correct and other stuff, you want to make sure that you check the file manager over here. And then also, so all your files and folders that you create from WordPress will be stored over here. Okay, and then also we have the FTP account, which is also very, very important when you want to give your you want people to access. Maybe you have another admin who you want the person to access, but you don't want to give access to the person to the cPanel, just the file manager. You can give the FTP account details to the person, and then the person will be able to access this file manager. So there are a lot of things over here, but I'm talking about the most important ones that you will need. Okay, then the next one is the email account. So if you want to we'll come to this one later on, but then I'm just explaining the email over here. So if you want to have a custom email address, you can use this email site to create your own a custom email address. And then we have the databases over here. So with the databases, you can check out your databases files and other stuff using this particular places over here. And then we also have the domain names. Okay, so you have your main domain and then your add-on domains. Okay, and you also have subdomains. Now subdomains are maybe different thing different thing your main domain. Okay, so you have a domain and then you want to you don't want an add-on domain or a different domain, but you want maybe a blog your main domain. Okay, so that you can create that subdomain over here and then install a new WordPress on it to create a new website using the subdomains. Okay, so that is it. And then with the security aspect, the SSL and other stuff, you can get it over here. But Namecheap has really done a good job by giving you a one-click SSL install, whereby you not suffer to install, which you use the Namecheap SSL over here. So there are a lot of things over here which are very important, but the ones I've talked about is the most important ones that you need to know. So now let's go quickly to install WordPress on our website, on our hosting. Sorry. Okay guys, so to install the WordPress, we want to use a subdomain to install the WordPress. So I'm going to take you through how you can be able to install create a subdomain to be able to install WordPress on it. Okay, So first of all, you're gonna go straight, scroll down, down over here, and then you see domains over here. Okay, so now we are not going to click on, we don't click on this one, we don't click on this one, but we look for subdomain over here. So you see subdomains over here, click on it. Now after clicking on it, you can be able to create a subdomain that we want. Okay, so now how do we create a subdomain? It's very simple. Just click on the type in the domain, the subdomain name you want. So let's say I want shops. Okay, so or shop. Okay, so I'll just type in the name over here, and then I'll choose the domain that I want to use. So I want to use this domain, and then after that, just click outside over here. Okay, you see that the root name will automatically fill for you. Okay, then what you need to do is to click on create over here. So just click on create, and then the subdomain will be created for you. Okay guys, so as you can see, it is what success. Okay, this subdomain has been created. Okay, and now we can go ahead to install WordPress on it. So now as you can see, they are enabling 1 year free positive SSL for us. So this is a free SSL that you can be able to get. So let's click on go back over here. Now that we have our subdomain, if you go down, we can see the subdomain over here. Let's locate where the subdomain is. So I'm going to go down the page and then see my subdomain. So as you can see, this is the subdomain that I created. Okay, so I can see it over here. Now that is the subdomain that we created, and what we're going to do is we're going to use that subdomain to create our website. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back over here and then install WordPress on that subdomain that we created. So guys, this is the subdomain that we created. There is nothing in it. As you can see, we have nothing over there. Okay, but to be able to install WordPress on it, like I told you, we look for Softaculous app installer over here, and then we click on WordPress over here. Okay, so click on the WordPress over here. Now we scroll down over here, and then as you can see, we see install over here. We're going to install WordPress on that particular subdomain. So click on install now, and then we're going to locate the shop that we created. So we're going to click on this one over here. Okay, and then I'm not going to put it in any directory. I'm going to leave it as blank as it is. Of course, you can create your own directory in it, but remember that whatever directory that you are creating it in it means that is where you have to locate your WordPress in it. So make sure that you leave it blank, so that when somebody type in shop.kitecdigital.com, it's going to come here straight away. Okay, and that is it. So now we have this one installed. Now of course it is Namecheap have also given us a free SSL, so it has been activated for us. Now when you come over here, we make sure that we check the site settings. Now over here, the WordPress version that you need to install, make sure that you install the latest version. Okay, click on that to install the latest version, and then site settings over here. Now the site name, and what is your site name? I'm going to say maybe Kitec shop. Okay, I'm just going to say Kitec shop, and then the username, I'm going to use Kitec. Okay, and then the description. Okay, by everything. Okay, and then you can choose a password that you want to use for that particular website. So I'm just gonna type in Kitec at 2023. Okay, as my password. Okay, and then make sure you don't enable this one unless you know what you are doing. Okay, and then also this one, do not enable it, do not tick over here, and then you can give how do you call it, an admin email for it. So I'm going to type in my admin email. So I'm going to say service at kitechdigital.com, and then I'm going to copy the same email because I'm going to use it somewhere else. Now scroll down. Now select plugins you want to install, and then select the language you want to. There are a lot of languages over here you can use. I'm going to leave it as English. I'm going to untick this one and then leave this one over here. Of course, I'll still delete it because I'll use the light speed caching plugin over there. So scroll down over here, and then the last place which says email installation to. I'm going to put in my email address over there. Okay, now do not choose anything because we will select a free theme. I'm going to show you how you can be able to install the theme and plugins on it. So all what you need to do is just click on install now over here to install it. So it says the password strength should be greater than 80. So I'm going to just add in something to be a little bit greater than 80. So just say Kitech KD. Okay, so KD means Kitech Digital. So definitely the password is greater than 80. I'm going to click on install now, and then we're going to see this one, which is checking and submitting the data. And then in less than some few minutes, we're going to see that the speed will to go, and then successfully install WordPress. So now that our WordPress is successfully installed, we can go ahead and then check out, click over here to check out the website. So as you can see, from this one to this one. Now of course, if we refresh this one, we're gonna get to this one. So WordPress, meaning that WordPress is successfully installed on our website. Now to get to the back end of the website, what we can do is we can click on this administrative URL over here, and then it's going to take us to the back end of our website. So as you can see, this is the back end of our WordPress website. Now anytime you want to go to the back end of the website, just type in this URL over here, your domain URL /wp admin over here. It's going to take you to a login page. You log in with your username and the password that you chose when installing the WordPress, and that is how you can be able to install WordPress on your website. Now our next lesson is to take you through the admin dashboard. So WordPress admin dashboard. So we're going to talk about the introduction to the admin dashboard. Now the WordPress admin dashboard is not that complicated. It's very simple if you know your way out, and it's very easy to use. Okay, so mostly the menu side is on the left side over here. Okay, all the menu items are over here, and then we have some few things which will come up over here, and then also we have the screen options and then the help. Now of course the screen options gives you access to this things over here. So when any page that you go to, you can see screen option over here. When you click, you can be able to either tick or untick different things, or make different things appear on your screen. For instance, this is the welcome screen. Okay, as you can see over here, this is the welcome screen. Now if I don't want it to appear, you see this welcome over here, I can just click on it, and then the welcome screen will disappear. Okay, now again, we have the site health status, the quick draft, the at a glance, we have WordPress event and news, we have activity. Okay, if I don't want all those things, now WordPress event and news, I can uncheck it. Quick draft, I can uncheck it. Activity, I can uncheck it. At a glance, I can uncheck it. And then the site health, I can also uncheck it. Now everything is gone, and my dashboard is clean. Now as you can see over here, we also have help over here. Okay, so if you don't know anything, you can go through this WordPress documentations and other stuff to help you to be able to know your way around the website. But like I told you, it's very simple to use, and I'm going to take you through everything. So this is the dashboard, and this is the home page of the administrative dashboard. Okay, now we also have underneath we have what, the updates. Now anytime there is an update of themes and plugins, you're going to what, see those updates what over here. Okay, so anytime there is an update on the new version of WordPress comes, you're going to see it over here. If there are updates of plugins, you're going to see it over here. If there are updates of what, of themes, you're also going to what, see them over here. Okay, so of course there are updates of what, of plugins over here. So if you want to update, it's very simple. Just select all of them and then click on update plugin, and then voila, your plugins will be what, will be updated for you in no time. And that message over here on the number over here would disappear. Okay, so as you can see, the update is what gone. Now if you go back to the updates page over here, you realize that there are no updates for themes, and what, there are no updates for plugins, and also what, themes over here. So we are done with what, the updates, and then also with the home. Now our next step is what, is over here. So let me take you through the top over here. Now as you can see, this is what, the WordPress logo. Now the WordPress logo gives you a whole documentation about, if you want to know more about WordPress, wordpress.org, the whole documentation, the support, and then what, the feedback. You can what, go through it, and then you read more about it if you don't understand anything. Now of course, if you come to what, over here, this is what, your WordPress site name. Okay, or your website name over here. Remember that we gave our website name as what, Kitech Shop. Okay, and that one appears over here. So any name you give to your site will really appear over here. Okay, now underneath you can visit your what, your website. Okay, so if you want to what, visit your website, when you hover over here, you can be able to click on the visit website to visit your what, your website. Now this one is what, is the comment icon. So whenever you have comment on your post, you see those number over here, and then when you click on it, it will take you to the comment section, and then you can be able to see read the comments that people leave on your what, on your post. Now also the new, if you want to what, add new post, add new media, add new page, add new user, the new is what, is for you. Okay, and this one comes because of a plugin which is installed, which is a caching plugin. Okay, and that is why we have this one over here. But whenever I uninstall that plugin, we're not going to see this one over here. We're going to see just 1, 2, 3. Okay, now sometimes there are a lot of things that will come over here depending on the plugins that you have what, you've installed. Okay, so that is it. So that is with the top one over here, and then your username will also what, appear over here. So as you can see, howdy Kitech. Okay, so I have an account on WordPress, so that is why this one is what, populated over here for me, and that is it. So now if I now that we are done with this one, now let's go back to over here. Now if you want to add a new post, that is we have on WordPress, we have post and what, pages. Okay, now pages make up, website is made up of what, pages. Okay, now pages, you can create the home page, you can create the about page, the blog page, the services page, the contact page, all kinds of what, pages. Okay, now with the post is whenever you are what, you are having maybe a blog page, and then you want to create post for that particular what, blog. Okay, so for instance, if I have a blog post, for instance, if I go to, let's say, this website, which is what, techblog.kitechdigital.com. Now as you can see, this website, all the things over here, okay, are posts. Okay, as you can see, they are all posts. Okay, now this is the home page. Okay, this page over here is a page created as what, the home page, but everything on the home page are what, are posts. Okay, so meaning that these are what, are single posts that are what, that I created. Now the same way, if I want to create a post, so all these posts are what, single pages that what I created. If I want to create a post on this particular website, okay, on this, I need to go to post over here, and then click on what, add new, okay, to add what, a post. Now remember that posts can fall into different kinds of categories, okay, and that is why underneath the what, the post over here. Now let me close this one, let me exit this one and go to the full mode, okay. Underneath the add new, we have what, categories, and we have what, tags, okay. So as you can see, if you go to this particular website, you see that this post is under a how to what category, okay. And then there are a lot of what maybe there will be a lot of what tags and other stuff for that particular what post, okay. Maybe there are no tags for this one, but if you look at it very well, there will be what, a lot of tags and other stuff for this particular post, okay. So if you look at this post over here, you see that it is under 3 different categories. You have the apps, this apps for instance, and then mobile what apps, okay. And that is what, and that is all about categories. So this, you can create your post over here by just typing in the title of the post. You also type in what, the details of the post over here. You can add images and other stuff over here, okay. It's very simple to use, and that is it. Now of course, the media is where you have your what, your media library, okay. So where you can add your images, your videos and other stuff over there, okay. So all images and videos and audios, anything which falls under media, you can add it over here, okay. And that is what, the media library. So you can click on add new to add in anything that you want to add in over here. And then the pages, okay, like I told you, every website is made up of what, different pages, okay. So there are 2 pages which is already created for you. That is the sample page, and then the privacy policy what page. Now this is a draft, and this is what a page which is created for you by what, by WordPress, okay. So to create a page, it is also similar to what, creating a post, okay. So to create a page, you can click on add new over here, and then you can enter your your page name, okay. So you enter your page name and then all the details that you want to use over here, okay. And that is it. Now we're going to use Elementor to create most of our pages, and that will be when we are creating a simple website in our next lessons. So that is about pages. So you can have different pages, like the home page, about page, the services page, the contact page, and all those things. They are all what, pages. Now also we have what, comments. You see, like I told you over here, this icon over here, this is it, okay. That is the comment. Now you can view all your comments over here, okay. So when somebody comments on your post, you can see it over here, okay. And that is, so if you look at this website, there is this post over here which says what, hello world, okay. And if you go under it and view the hello world, you realize that there is a comment over here, okay. And that is what, and that is a comment. Somebody can leave a comment, and then you will be able to see it over. So you see, this is the comment. Say hi, this is a comment. And if you come over here, it says what, hi, this is a comment. The same thing, which is what, over here. So you can decide to what, approve it, unapprove it, and then what, delete it and all those things, even edit it, okay. And that is what, with a comment. Now we also have appearance. Now appearance, you can what, you can set up your what, your themes, install themes. You can also check out your what, your menus and other stuff under what, appearance. Now depends on the themes that you are using, other things will appear over here, okay. Now when we get to themes and plugins, you see the use of what, appearance over there. And then also plugins. Now plugins are basically additional functionalities you add to your themes. We will get into more plugins over there. So if you want to maybe add a contact page, and then let's say a contact form, you have to install a plugin to be able to help you to create that form, okay. Because we don't want to use any code, we need a plugin which will add that functionality to our website, and that is what plugins. Now users, so every user on your website will be over here. You can also add new users and other stuff. So as you can see, we only have what, one user over here, okay, and that is Skytech over here. So when you can add new user, and then you can also view the current user profile over here, okay. And that is it. Now we also have tools. So there are available tools over there that you can use to make your website function well. If you want to import or export something from your website, you can use these tools over here. And then the site health. So if you want to check the health of the site, if everything is working properly, you can check over here. You can export personal data, erase personal data, theme file editor, and then plugin file editor. All of them is over here. There are a lot of things when you install also plugins. Some of them will also some of their settings will also appear over here. So that is it. And then we also have settings. Now the website settings are located over here. So we have the general general settings. So let's look at the general settings and what it really does. So with the general settings, it talks about the site title, the tagline, the WordPress URL, and then the site address URL. So this one I would advise you not to touch unless you know what you are doing. But with this one, you can change it if you want to change your site name. For instance, if I say maybe Kitech digital, okay, you realize that the site name over here also changes to Kitech digital, okay, and that is it. So let me leave it to Kitech digital, and you will see that the site is also and then get everything. Instead of get everything, I'll say digital marketing and web design. Okay, so that is my tagline. So digital marketing. So let me make it capital D, digital marketing and web design. And then if you come to the administrative URL, if you want to change your email address, administrative email address, if you want to change your email address, you can basically change it over here. Okay, but you need to make sure that you verify the email address, confirm it before it will change over here. And now if you want to make your website a membership website, now when I say membership website, it means that you want people to be able to register on your website. You can be able to take over here, and then you create a registration page, and then a login page for them, and then they can be able to register on your website. Now the new user role, how do you want it to be? So it depends. Now if you install WooCommerce or other plugins on it, you can also change this one. It will add different roles or not on it, okay, for you, and that is it. And then we have site language. If you want to change your site language, you can change it over here, okay. And then the time zone, you can change your time zone. For instance, if you are in maybe China or whatever it is, you can set it the way you want it, okay. And that is, for me, I am in Accra, Ghana, so I'm gonna change it to this one, Accra, over here. And then the date format, you can also change your the date format. And then also the time format, you can also change your time format, okay. So when the weeks also start, you can also change it over. If you want to change it to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is that your week start for you, you can change it over. And then after that, you click on save changes. So that is these are all the settings of the general settings, okay. Now if you go to writing, it is really not really important. I don't really change anything over here. This writing settings, I don't really change anything over here, so we're going to leave it as it is. Now reading is also important. Whenever you have a home page and then a blog page. So for instance, for now our home page is showing all the latest posts, and that is why when you go to click on this one over here, you're going to see that our home page changes is showing the latest blog, okay. But if we have a home page created for the website, then we can decide to choose the home page over here. For instance, if you want to choose the sample page as our home page, which is the only page on the website right now, we can choose it over here. And then when we click on save changes over here, and then we go to refresh the website, this is what we see. Realize that when we go to the home page of the website, it is not going to show the latest post for us again, but it's going to show the sample page, which is chosen over here, okay. And that is it. So anytime you create a page, you want to call that page, you want people to land on it whenever they type in your website, then you make sure that you change it over here, so that whenever people search for your website, that is the page that they're going to land on. Okay, and that is it. Now I'm going to change it back to the latest post. We're going to do all these settings whenever we are creating our simple business website. So I'm going to click on save changes over here. Okay, so now that I have this one done, I can go ahead and then go to the next one, which is discussion. Okay, we can check out the discussion settings, how if you want people to comment on our post and other things, you can set all those settings over here. Okay, so that is very, very important. And then also our media settings. Our media settings also, how we want the thumbnail and the size of our images and other stuff to be. If we want to upload files, how we want to organize our files and other stuff, we can do all those settings over here. And then let's go to permalinks. Okay, now permalinks are very important because of SEO purposes. Now always make sure that your permalinks is showing post name, unless maybe you know what you are doing. Now post name, because it makes your post and your pages very, very simple. Okay, so it's not really going to show a different thing over here, but it's going to show the how do you call the shop name, and then your the URL, and then the name of the page over there. And that is the very important. It's not going to show anything like maybe date and all those kind of stuff. Okay, it's just going to show the name of the post or the page, and then added to your website URL, and that is it. So make sure that you set it to post name all the time, and click on save changes. Okay, and then the last one we're going to talk about is the privacy settings over here. So with this one, anytime you create a policy page, make sure that you come and set it over here, and then you use it. Okay, and this one also gives you a policy guide, how you can be able to set up your privacy policy page. Okay, and that is it. Now I think we are done with the main settings, or the main overview of the dashboard. I'm going to go back to the home of the dashboard, and I think we are done here. So this one is from a plugin. We're not going to talk about it. Okay, if you want to collapse all the menu, you can click over it and it will collapse. If you want to bring it back, and then that is it. So basically this is the overview of the WordPress admin dashboard. Now in our next lesson, that is the day 2 of our next lesson, this one over here, which is we're talking about themes and plugins, page builder, header and then footer, and then design a simple business website. So that is our next lesson that we're going to talk about. So see you in the next lesson. Bye bye. Hello guys, welcome to day 2 of a web design course without coding. On our previous days, we have learned about what WordPress is, how to install WordPress, how to buy a domain, and how to even create a subdomain and install WordPress on it. We've also looked at the WordPress admin dashboard and everything that goes on or goes into that admin dashboard. Now today we are going to talk about themes and plugins, page builder, which we specifically going to look at Elementor, header and footer of website, and then also design a simple business website. So without wasting my time, let's get into the video. Now let's look at themes and plugins. Themes and plugins. And what is a WordPress theme? A WordPress theme is a folder of files that work together to create the design of your website. The theme includes template files, style sheets, images, and possibly JavaScript files. All those files change how the blog posts and pages are displayed. So all these files, it changes how, or it shows you how all the blog posts and pages are displayed on the website. So the theme is basically the building block of your website. It is like a template which you look on it to build on your website. Even though the theme does not really change the when you change the theme, it doesn't change the database details. It doesn't change your WordPress files or your website files, but it sometimes changes how your website is being arranged and designed. And that is what a WordPress theme. So when choosing a WordPress theme, you need to choose the theme that is in line with the website that you want to create. And there are thousands and thousands of free and premium themes in the WordPress theme directory. So I will show you how you can be able to choose a theme for your website. Now let's look at how you can be able to choose theme. So let's say this is your WordPress website. As you can see, this is the website that we install on the subdomain that we used. To be able to install a theme, now let's take a look at the theme that runs this one. So I'm going to open this the page or the website in a new tab so that you see how it looks like. So this is how our website really looks like, and the theme that is running on this website is the 2023 theme. It is by WordPress itself. So to check it, it is very simple. Hover on appearance over here and go to themes over here. Now as you can see over here, the default themes that are on this website is a 2023 theme, which is active. Now these ones are installed, but they are not activated. So at the moment I activate one of these themes, it will override this one and become the theme that we're going to use. So we don't want any of this theme, but we want to choose a new theme, or we want to install a new theme. So to do that, we're going to click on add new over here. Okay, so now we are redirected to the WordPress theme directory. So as you can see, there are various types of themes over here that you can choose from. Now if you have a theme name in mind, you can also type over here to search for that theme. Now there are two ways to install a theme. One is to search from the WordPress directory, themes directory, or the second one is to upload from your computer. So let's say you have the theme file, which is in a zip file or a zip folder on your computer. So you can click on upload over here and then select or choose file over here, and then you locate where your theme file, which should be a zip file. Now I don't have any theme on my computer that I want to install, so I'll go ahead and cancel it. But I want to choose a theme from the theme directory, WordPress theme directory. Now there are various free themes that are on this WordPress theme directory. Some of them are free with premium version. Almost all of them are free with premium versions. So what we're going to install is the Cadence theme. Of course, there are a lot of themes that are good. If you look through my website, my YouTube channel, you realize that I have talked about some of the free themes that you can use. But in this tutorial, we're going to look at the Cadence theme, and that is what we are going to talk about. Now we're going to click on over here and then type in Cadence. Now as you can see, this is the theme that we are looking for, which is Cadence theme. Now to install it, all what we need to do is to click on install over here. Now that it is installed, the next thing we have to do is to activate the theme so that it will override the other theme that we have. So to do that, we're going to click on activate. Alright guys, so our theme is installed and activated. So as you can see, the active theme on the website now is the Cadence theme. Now let's go to the front end of our website and refresh the website. Now you can see that the style of our website have really changed. Now it is no more the other theme that is working on it, but now we have a different theme, which is the Cadence theme. Now if you look at the footer or the bottom side of the website, you realize that it is a WordPress theme powered by Cadence, and that is what the theme that we are using on our website now. So now you know how to install theme on your website. You can choose any theme you want and then install it on the website. But for now, we are going to leave it at the Cadence as it is. Now that we have seen how to install a theme and we know what a theme is, now let's go to the next one, which is what is WordPress plugin? Now when we talk about WordPress plugin, what does it mean? A WordPress plugin is a software that adds additional functionality to your theme to make your website function the way you want. So for instance, if I want to create a contact page, definitely I'm not just going to type in my contact details over there just like that. I'll give a chance for people to be able to send me messages directly from my contact page, meaning that I need a contact form to be able to make that thing happen. And to be able to make that function happen, I need to install a contact form. And that is the contact form is a plugin which I need to install on my website to make my website have a functionality of allowing users to be able to send me messages directly from my website. So there are thousands of free and premium plugins in the WordPress directory. Example is the contact form that I just talked about. So the contact form 7 plugin, which add contact form to your WordPress website, is a typical example of a plugin. Now let's look at how to install a WordPress plugin. Now to be able to install a WordPress plugin, on our left side, which is where our menus are over here on the dashboard, we're going to hover on plugins over here. So hover on plugins over here and you see installed plugins, add new plugin file editor. Now we are going to click on add new. So we click on add new over here. Now we are redirected or directed to the WordPress plugin directory. Now the WordPress plugin directory have over thousands and thousands of plugins that you can be able to download for free, and also they have premium ones over there. Now to choose a plugin or to install a plugin on your website, what you need to do is to search for the name of the plugin over here, and then the plugin will, if only it is in the WordPress plugin directory, will show over here for you. Now just like we did with the theme, you can search or you can upload it from your computer. So the same way, you can click over here to upload the plugin, and the plugin should be in a zip format. So as you can see, if you have a plugin in a zip format, you may install or update it by uploading it here. So to do that, you just need to click on choose file, and then you look for the plugin from your computer. Now I'm not going to do that because I don't have any plugin to install from my computer, but all what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel it for now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down over here and search for a plugin that I want to install. So to search for a plugin, I'm going to install the contact form 7. So to do that, I'm going to search for contact. Now there are a lot of contact form plugins in the WordPress directory, but the one we are looking for is the contact form 7. Now to install the contact form 7, all what we need to do is to click on install now. And then after installation, we need to activate the plugin. To activate it, we just need to click on activate. Now guys, our contact form 7 is installed and activated. As you can see over here, It is installed and then what's activated. Now, of course, by installing WordPress, it comes with some other plugins already installed. Remember, when we were installing the WordPress, we ticked and unticked some of the plugins that we don't want it to be installed, and the ones that we want it to be installed automatically for us. So I'm going to delete this ones over here. I'm going to just delete it. So I'll tick this ones, the one that is not activated, and then I'll click on the bulk actions over here, and then I'll click on delete, and then I'll click on apply to apply the changes that I've made. And then it will ask me if I'm sure that I want to delete the selected plugins and their data. I'll click on OK because I'm sure. Now our plugins are deleted. The ones that we don't want, they are deleted. So now we only have our contact from 7 and then the W3 total caching plugin. Now these are the plugins that we have on our website. So this caching plugin have these settings over here. As you can see over here, it comes with this kind of settings over here, and the contact from 7 over here comes with this contact menu item over here. So guys, we have installed a plugin on our website, and this is how you can be able to install a plugin on your website. Now remember that installing the plugin doesn't mean that the plugin automatically creates whatever you want. You need to go into the plugin, do all the settings for that plugin, and then use it to make sure that you use it to do whatever thing that you want that particular plugin to do for you. And that is it. Now that we have installed our plugin, let's go on to the next one. Now the next one that we're going to talk about is Elementor Page Builder. Elementor Page Builder. Now what is Elementor? And why do we even have a page builder? Now all websites are made up of pages, and since we are not going to use any coding to create our pages, we're going to need a page builder, which is a visual page builder, to help us to be able to create our pages for us. And that is why Elementor comes into play. So Elementor is a drag and drop website builder plugin for WordPress that works on any theme and allows you to create and edit pages without code via a visual editor. So as you can see on the on the screen over here, now this is how Elementor works. So you can be able to create anything you want using Elementor Page Builder. So all kinds of pages that you want to create, most of the simplest pages like the home page, about page, the services page, the contact page, and all other pages that you want to create using Elementor. So Elementor is just a page builder. It means that it is we are not going to use any coding. We're just going to use our idea of design and our visual expressions to use this drag and drop website builder plugin to help us to create the kind of page or the kind of website that we want. So now let's go ahead and install Elementor Page Builder. Now to install Elementor Page Builder, we install it just like we install any other plugin, because remember, Elementor Page Builder or Elementor Website Builder is a plugin. So to do so, you hover on plugins over here, and then underneath the plugins we have add new over here. So click on add new, and then you can either install Elementor from uploading the plugin file or by searching through the WordPress plugin directory. So to be able to do that, we're going to use the second one, which is searching through the WordPress directory, plugin directory. So we're going to do that by typing in Elementor in the search bar. Now it searches and gives out this particular one over here, which says Elementor Website Builder, and that is exactly one that we want, the exact one that we want. So as you can see over here, make sure that it is developed by Elementor.com. Now, of course, you can go ahead and then check out the details of this particular plugin. What is that it does? If you want to read more about it, you can go to Elementor.com. You can also read more about it. Now, remember that Elementor have a free version and a pro version. That is the premium version. Now, the free version gives you all the free things that you can use to create your simple website. But if you want to create complex website, then you need the pro version to help you to expand the functionality of the free version. So as you can see over here, you can check out the details of the plugin over here. You can read more about it. You can even go to their website and read more about it over there. But we are not going to go to their website to read more. I'll leave a link in the description, and if you want to read more about Elementor.com or Elementor, you can click on that link and then read more about it. Now, to install Elementor, all what we need to do is to click on install now. Very good. So Elementor is installed. Now remember, it is not activated. It means that it is installed, but we haven't activated it. So to activate it and to make sure that it works on your website, you click on activate. Now that Elementor is activated, you'll be redirected to the onboarding process of Elementor, meaning that you have to go through some steps to be able to finish setting up Elementor for you. But all these things are not really needed unless maybe you want to go through. So of course, I'm not going to go through it. I'm just going to click over here to cancel it. Okay guys, so Elementor is installed and activated on our website. So as you can see, it has created another widget for us on our on our dashboard. So now if you want to create a page using Elementor, we just have to click on create new page, and Elementor will create the page for us. We just need to enter our page title and publish it. But I still don't want to see this widget over here. So remember what we did for the other ones. We go to screen options over here, and then we untick Elementor overview over here, so that we're going to have a clean dashboard for ourselves. So now we have Elementor. Now how does it work? How do we use Elementor to create our pages? Now I'm going to show you how we can use Elementor to create our pages. So to create a page using Elementor, we're going to hover on pages over here, and then we're going to click on add new. Okay guys, so now we have to give our page a title. So I'm going to give it a test 1, meaning that it is just a test page, and then I'm going to publish it. So just like that, I have created my page. Now I can go ahead and even view the page in a new tab, so that you see how the page looks like. Now this is an empty page which have a title test 1, and that is a simple or sample page that we created. Now we want to use Elementor to add more things and then make the page nice for us. Now to do so, we're going to go back to our draft over here, and then what we are going to do is to click on edit with Elementor, the button over here, the blue button over here, it says edit with Elementor. So we're going to click on edit with Elementor over here. Now guys, this is the Elementor editing page. So as you can see, now guys, this is the Elementor editing page. So as you can see over here, we have a page over here, and then we have some widgets or elements over here, and then also we have a navigation panel over here which we can drag and move to any other place. Of course, I'm going to close it over here so that I'll get enough space to do whatever I want to do over here. Now this is how Elementor works. So with Elementor, there is just widget or element that you drag from here to this side to be able to help you create whatever you want to create. So for instance, if I want to create a hero session over here, all what I need to do is to click on this plus icon over here to add a new section. So I want to click on this side, and then I click on, there are different structure over here. So we have a 1-column structure, a 2-column structure, 3-column structure, 4-column structure, you know, this structure, all the other structures that you want, anyhow you want, you can choose it. I'm going to pick this 1-column structure over here. Now after picking the 1-column structure, you see that this is the structure that I have picked. Okay, now I can design it, edit it, and do anything that I want to do with it. Now as you can see, the left side panel over here have changed. It is giving me an edit session instead of showing me all the widget and element over there. Now why is it giving me this session? It means that I can use this session over here to edit this particular section. So whatever I do over here will affect this one, over this section over here. So for instance, I want to make sure that this is a hero session, and I don't want it to be this small. So I want it to have a height, okay, maybe a 500 or 600 pixel height. Okay, so what could I do? You see the height over here. Now I can change it from default and make it minimum height. Of course you can change it to fit to screen. It means that it's going to cover all the screen. Okay, but I want it to be a minimum height. Now I can change the size of the height in pixels, or I can even change it to view height, or view width, or whatever it is that I want to change. But I want it to be in pixels, so I'm going to change it to 600 so that it will be a little bit bigger for me. Now I have the space to work with. So now I can even go to style over here and put in anything, put in an image or whatever thing that I want to put in over here. So with the style, you can see that we have a background style, we have the background overlay, we have border, we have divider shape or shape divider, we have typography. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want the background type. Now why background type? Because we want to choose an image for the the background, or you can even use colors or whatever it is that you want to use for the background. So to do that, I'm going to select the classic background over here, and then I'll select an image for it. So now I can decide to go ahead and choose any image that I want to select from my computer, since I don't have any image on my media library. So I'm going to look for an image, okay, that I want to use. So let's say I want to use this particular image over here. I can click on open over here, and then it will be it will be uploaded on my website into the media library, and then I can be able to use it to do anything that I want to use it for. So as you can see, this is the image that I'm using. I can select it and click on insert media over here. Now guys, as you can see, I have my image fully loaded for me, and it covers everywhere. But I still don't feel like I need to do something about the image. So at the moment the image is uploaded, there are certain settings that we need to set it up. So the position, I want to change it to center, and then the attachment, you can of course make it default, fix, or scroll, but I'm not going to touch this one. The repeat, I'll say no repeat, because I don't want the image to be repeated. And then the size, I'm going to say cover, because I want it to fit in everywhere for me, so that everything on it, the words and other stuff on it, will appear for me. So guys, as you can see, this is the image that I want. Okay, and that is it. So now if it is okay for you, you can update it. Now if I go to my test page over here and I click on refresh, I'm going to see a full image like this over there as the hero session for me. And of course, this image, I use Photoshop to design it. I also use Canva to design some of my images. You can check it out if you don't know how to use Canva to design your images. I have videos of it whereby I use Canva in designing images. You can also go and check it out. So basically, that is how you can be able to create something with Elementor. So now that I have, let's say I want to write something on top of this of this image. So of course I can do that. Now how do I do that? You see the plus sign over there. I can click on it, and then it will open the widget or element panel for me. Now if I want to type maybe a heading, I can drag in the heading widget over here, and then I can type in anything that I want to type over here. So let's say welcome to my website. So I write welcome to my website, and then I can go to I can decide to even check the size and other stuff. If it is small, whatever it is, Excel and all those things, I can decide to use it, and then give it to an HTML tag if I want to. I can also decide to align set alignment for the text. Okay, so if I want it to be left, center, right, or justified, I can do so by just clicking on this ones. Okay, so as you can see, I have it over there. So let's say I want to just justify center it. So that is okay for me. Now I can go to style over here to style the text. Okay, to style the text. So how do we style the text? You give it to a color, you change the typography, you change a whole lot of things for the text. So let's say I want to give it to a white color. So I want to drag the color and make it white. Okay, now I want to change the typography. So from Roboto, I want to make it, let's say Montserrat. Okay, so I can click on this side over here, and then choose the font type that I want to font family type that I want to use, and it will change the font for me. Now the size, I can use this bar over here to increase the size and do it anyhow that I want. Okay, depends on how you want it, and that is it. Now of course you can also decide to change the weight of the text. Okay, so if I increase it to 800 extra bold, you're gonna see it. Now also you can transform the text to uppercase, lowercase, capitalize. So let's say I want to capitalize it, and as you can see, the first letters are capitalized. Now the style of it, you can use italics, normal, and then oblique. Okay, anything you want to do with it, you can do it. So you can set all the settings over here for it. I'm not going to waste time over there. And then even if you want to a text stroke, okay, so let's say you want to make it a different stroke, let's say a different color, let's say black. You want to give it a stroke of let's say black. Okay, so let's increase this one, and then make it to a black color, which it doesn't really fit the how do you call it, the font family that we are using. So as you can see, it doesn't really make it nice, but of course you can give it a stroke and any other thing that you want to it depends on your design style that you want to use. So I'm going to undo this one, okay, because I don't want to give it any stroke, but I can give it a text shadow to make sure that the text also appears very well. So I can click over here, and then I will increase the opacity of it. So I'll just increase this one so that the shadow will appear more. Okay, so as you can see, I can really see the text very well. Okay, and that is it. Now you can increase the blur and all those things, but as you can see, this is how it is. Okay, now of course you can also go ahead and then add buttons and other stuff to it. So how do you add a button to it? Now you see we cannot see the plus again. Yeah, we can't see the plus again, but we can still add something beneath the text. Okay, so how do we do that? Now we can go ahead and click on this 9 dots over here. Click on it, it will open the widget panel for you. Okay, now you see we have image, we have video, we have a whole lot of things that you can add. Okay, but we want button. I'm just going to drag a button underneath the text that we just placed over there. So now we have what a button which will be placed over here. Okay, I don't know why my my network is a little bit slow, but that is it. So as you can see, this is what the button. Now of course we can type in anything that we want to type in over here. Okay, so this is what welcome to my website. Get the course. Let me say get the course. So get the course. Okay, now you can put the link that you want people to, when people click on it, it will go to over here. Okay, and then we can even center it over here, and then we can change the size if you want it to be medium, extra small, large, extra large, anything that you want. We can even add an icon to it. Okay, we can click over here, select any icon that we want. So let's say we want an arrow icon. We can give it that arrow icon, insert it over here, and then it's going to be placed over here for us. So as you can see, we have the icon over here. Now you can place the icon either before or after. Okay, so as you can see, we can place it even after, depends on how we want the icon, and we can even increase the space of the icon. Now of course we can go ahead and then go to style over here, and then style the button. Okay, so if you want to give it a style, different thing, so that different color, different anything, we can do that. We can even change the typography if you want to. I'm not going to touch this one. We can give it a text shadow if you want to. We can change the text color if you want to. We can change the background type. Okay, so the background type is classic. We can even make it gradient if you want to. Okay, so the background type is classic, and then the color, we can choose any color that we want it to be. Okay, so as you can see, you can change it to any kind of color that you want it to be. So let's say we want to make it this color over here, and then the hover, you can also if somebody hover on it, what color will it be? You can also decide to make it any color that you want. So let's say when somebody hover on it, you want it to be to be, let's say, yellow. Okay, so when somebody hover on it, this is the color that is going to be. So guys, you can do a whole lot of things over. You can even give it a border, border. Okay, so let's say we go to the normal over here, the default border type. We're gonna give it a solid, and then we're gonna give it maybe 2. Okay, so now what is the border color that we want? So let's say we want the border color to be also yellow. Okay, so now if this is how it's gonna be like. Okay, now of course you can also increase it to anyhow you want it, and that is how the border really looks like. So when somebody hover on it, this is how it's going to be like. Okay, and that is it. So guys, this is how you can be able to design your website. Now make sure that anytime you are designing it with Elementor, you have to update it, so that when something happened to you to it, you can be able to change it. So as you can see, we've updated it. Now let's go back over here and then refresh this place, and then see if whatever we created can also be seen over here. So guys, as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, so now everything is working perfectly well for us, and that is our hero session that we've created. Now of course you can go ahead and create different sessions for it. Okay, and that is it. Now Elementor is so generous that it also comes with a template, different template, already made template for you. Okay, now how does this work? Now you see this widget over here. You can click over here, and then you can add pages, you can add templates, you can add so many things that you want to add to it. Okay, so it will load for you, and then you see all the pages and the blogs and other. If you even have your own template that you want to add, you can be able to add it. So guys, as you can see, we have lots of other templates over here that you can choose from. Okay, some are free, some are pro. Okay, some are free, some are pro, meaning that some are paid, some are also free. So all these ones are free. You can insert for free, but at the moment you see that it is written pro, it means that you have to what, you have to pay for it. It means that you need to get Elementor Pro to be able to what, to use this kind of what, template. Okay, and that is what, and that is it. So you can insert this once into your, just click on it and then insert it. You can also have what, blocks over here. You can, you know, go ahead and then insert the kind of blocks that you want to what, to insert in your what, in your website. Okay, so also the same applies to this one. Some are free, some are paid. Okay, it doesn't come for free. Some comes for free, some comes for what, you have to what, pay. So these are all free versions of it. So you can just click on insert and then it will be inserted onto your page for you. Now, I'm not going to do all those things. I'm just going to what, close it, and then we go ahead and then what, start, and then we go ahead to start what, designing our what, our simple business website. So now that we know what Elementor is all about, now the next thing that we're going to talk about is what, headers and footers. Okay, so headers and footers. Now, what is really you know, a header and footer? Okay, so I think I did a mistake over here. It's supposed to be what, header and footer. So what is you know, header and footer? Now, typically the header and footer are the top and bottom sections that remain the same whichever web page a visitor navigates to. So as you can see over here, this is what, this is the header, and this one is what, this one is the footer. Okay, this is the footer, and this one is what, is the header. Now this page, this you know, sections of the website remains the same. It doesn't what, it doesn't change. Wherever you go, it is still what, it is still the same. Okay, and that is why we call one the header and we call one the what, the footer. Now the header and the footer typically define the style and design of what, of the website, and contain links to other pages, a logo or a title of the website, and a contact information. So guys, as you can see, the header and the footer, you know, sometimes have links, or mostly have links to your what, to other pages of the website. It also contain what, logos, and then also what, have your website, you know, contact info and other stuff over there. Okay, and that is what, the header, and then what, the footer. Now we will look at more about header and footers when we are what, we are designing a simple business page. So let's go to what, designing a simple business website, and then we talk more about header and footer, and then we will also go through how to create a header and also how to what, create what, a footer. Now with a business website, in the next lesson we're going to what, create a simple business what, website that contains 4 pages. Okay, so we're going to create a simple business website that contains what, 4 pages. Now the pages are the home page, the about page, the services page, and the contact page. The home page, the about page, the services page, and the contact page. We'll be using a free theme, which is the Cadence theme, and the Elementor page builder. Okay, to be able to what, create this website, simple business what, website for you know, our tutorial. So without wasting my time, let's hit the grounds going. Alright guys, so what do we need to create the website? Now we will need a website logo, colors, and then content. Now content will be the words that you're going to use, also the images and other stuff that you're going to use in creating this simple website. So make sure you get those things ready. I'll also leave the link to all the things that I used in the description so that you can download and use it to follow along with this tutorial. So now let's get started. Now first of all, we will have to create some pages. So we have done the website you know, settings and other stuff. If you haven't done it, we can go ahead and then move on to what, do the settings. Now the settings are over here, so we can go to general and then check out the settings of the website if that is what we really need. So if it is okay for us, we just move up ahead straight away to look at the pages that we are going to create. Now remember that this is a 4-page website, so we're gonna hover on pages over here and then click on add new. Now the first page that we are going to create is called the home page. So we're going to call it home, and then we will publish it. Now we will click on add new again under pages, and we are going to create all the other pages which is related to the website that we are going to create. So we're going to create the about page, the services page, and the contact us page. So the next page, we're going to call it the about page. So you can say about us or whatever it is, and then we're going to click on publish. Now the next page that we're going to create is the services page, sorry. So now 2 pages left to go, with the services page and then the contact us page. So we still go ahead and do the same for the services. We give it the title as services, and then we go ahead and click on publish. Now the next one that we are going to create is the last one, which is the contact us page, or the simply put contact page. This page will list all your contact details and then also have a contact form whereby people or users will be able to contact you whenever they need you. So we're going to call it contact, and then we will click on publish to publish. Now we have all our 4 pages created. If you go to all pages over here, we will see that all the 4 pages are created. So we have the about page, the contact page, the home page, and then the services page. Now this is a default privacy policy page created for us by WooCommerce, and as you can see, this is a draft page, so it is not published yet. Now we are solely going to deal with these 4 pages for our website. So first of all, we're going to take a look at our home page, and then we'll look at the header and footer first of the website, customize the header and footer before we even come back to create the header, to create the home page for, or design the home page for our website using Elementor. So now let's take a look at how the home page looks like. So as you can see, we have created a home page which is an empty page over here. Now if you look at the URL over here, it still says /home, which means that this page is not set as the home page for the website. Now to set this page as a home page for the website, what we need to do is to go back to our dashboard over here, scroll down to settings over here, and then go on reading. Click on reading. Now you remember that we've been here before from our previous lesson. Now what we're going to do is we want to set the home page as our static home page. So then we have to change this one to a static page, and then we select this one for the home page. So we're going to select this one for the home page, and then we go ahead and then we click on save changes. Now of course, if you have a post page, you can also go ahead and then set your post page over here. But in this tutorial, we are just going to create 4 simple pages, which is the home page, the about page, the services page, and contact page. You can still go ahead and do your post page and set it over here. Now that we are done with this one, if you go back to our website over here, and as you can see over here, it says the URL name /home. But if you refresh the page one more time, you're gonna see that because we've set the home page, the home as the home page, what happens? It is gone. Still, we have this one as the home page, and now the URL, because we've set the home as the home page, the URL becomes the main URL becomes our home page URL, and that is meaning that whenever somebody types in your website URL, this is where the person is going to land. So now that we are done with this one, now the next thing is for us to create menu. So as you can see over here, this is the default menu created for us. But before we can make this menu and do it the way we want it, we need to create our own menu and arrange it the way we want. So to create a menu, we're going to go back to the dashboard, hover on appearance over here, and then we're going to click on menus. Now as you can see, the website doesn't have any menu created. So to do that, we just want to type in our menu name. So we're going to say the main menu, and then we display location. Where do we want this menu to be located? We want it to be located at the primary menu and then also the mobile menu side. And then after that, we click on create menu. So now that we've created our menu, we need to add some menu items to the menu. So as you can see, there are no items over here. And then WordPress gives us information that we can add menu items from the column on the left. That is this one over here. So as you can see, all the pages that we created, if you have some posts, it will be listed over here. If you have some custom links, you can also add them over here. And if you have some categories, you can also see them over here. Now let's go to pages over here. And then we can go to view all, select all the pages that we want to we want it to come over here. Then we click on to add to menu. So we have added our pages to our menu. Now we can rearrange them. So the contact, I want it to be last, the services, about, and then home. Okay, that is it. So this is how it's going to appear. So as you can see, it is telling us that this is the front page. So now that everything is set, we can just go ahead and click on save menu. So now when you go to the website and you refresh the website, you see that this one will rearrange itself. So as you can see, we have the home, about, services, and then contact. Beautiful rearrange over here. But as you can see, guys, it doesn't look nice and professional. So we want to touch a little bit of the header and then the footer, so that we can put our logo over here, and then also design the footer very nicely, and then even remove this copywriting over here and make it our own. So what we're going to do is, to do that, it is very simple. We have to customize the website. Now to be able to customize the website, you can just click on this customize over here. So, or you can go to the dashboard, admin dashboard of the WordPress, and then under appearance over here, you see customize over here, and you can do that. So any way you can be able to customize your website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on customize over here to be able to customize the header and then the footer. Okay guys, so now that we are at the customization section over here, what we have to do is to click on colors first. So we want to set the base color, or the color that we want our website to run on. So now I have my two colors over here. I have green and orange, which I want to use for the website. So what I will do is I'll set those colors at the color palette over here. So with the background, I'm just going to leave it, the side background, the content background, I'm going to leave it as it is, but I'm going to change these two colors over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one over here, and then come back to this side and pick my green color, which I want to use. So I'm going to put the hex code over here, and this is the green color that I want to use. And I'll come over here also, and then I'll just put in the green hex code over here. But this time around, I'm going to go a little bit down to make it darker green. So as you can see, we have the colors set up. So now this same colors also appears over here. Now of course I'm using two colors. One is going to be the primary color, and then one is going to be like the accent color, but I want the green to dominate, so that is why I use the two greens over here. But as I'm designing, I can be able to what, use the other colors to also what, to join it. In another way, you can also what, go ahead and then choose any color that you want. At the content links over here, I'm going to click on link style and then say no underline, meaning that I don't want any link style, any link to be what, to be underlined, and that is it. Now, even with the links over here, I can decide to choose any color that I want. So for instance, the links color and the button color, I want to use the orange color code. So I'm going to what, change it over here and then come to this place and then use this color code for it, and then I'm going to what, leave it as green over here, so that when they hover on it, it's going to be what, green. So as you can see, when somebody hover on it, it's supposed to be what, the color that I want. So over here also, I'm just going to what, copy this color code, that is the green color code, copy it, come to this place and paste it over here. Now I am done with what, my colors for the website. Now I can what, I can go back over here and then go to buttons over here. Now with this one, I can what, change the button. So as you can see, I can change the button color to this one and then pick the orange color and make it what, the default button color. So I'm going to what, change it to what, to this orange, meaning that any button that will come as a course of redesigning it is supposed to be what, an orange and green when hover. So I'm going to publish it so that all my changes that I made will be what, will take effect. Now I'm going to go back over here, and then with the typography, I can change the base default, the system default for the base font. So I will go ahead and then search for Montserrat, because that is what I'm gonna use, Montserrat, as my as my default base font. Okay, so you can go ahead with the style, change it, and even with the size anyhow you want it. So as it is, that is it. So now that I'm done, I will click on publish and then go ahead, go back over here and then click on the header. Now guys, as you can see, I have my header over here, but I want to add another thing. I want to add a button over here, and then also a social icon. So let me just leave it as as button. Maybe later on we can add a social icon, because we chose a button to be to be this color. As you can see, the button automatically becomes orange, and when you hover, it is it is green, and that is it. Now let's click on the settings icon at the button side, and then change this one and say contact us or anything. Maybe get a quote. Okay, so let's say get a quote, and then we're gonna link this one to to the contact page. So I'm gonna go over here and copy the link of the contact. So copy link address, come here and then paste it over here. So now I'm going to publish it. Now the next one is I'm going to go to the navigation over here. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to go to design, and then I'm going to choose the colors that I want it to show. So for this one, I'm going to go for this green over here. I don't know why it is showing this color yeah, but it's supposed to show this green over here. So I'm going to go over again and pick the color over here and come over here and then paste it over here. So this is what I want. Now the same way when somebody hover on it, I want it to show the same way when somebody hover on it, I want it to show this particular color, that is the orange color. So I'm going to paste that color code over here. So as you can see, this is the color code. So when somebody hover on it, this is what it's going to show. Now the same color, I'm going to give it for the active. So for the active color, it is also going to be the orange. So guys, as you can see, now we have our colors set perfectly. Now if you go to the font style over here, we can go ahead and then choose the font that we want. So we'll say we want Montserrat, even though it is inheriting the Montserrat. And then we can go to the style over here, and then maybe make it a little bit bolder, okay, something like this for ourselves. And then we can go to the size. We can change it to any size that we want, but I think this one is quite okay for me. So now I'm going to leave it as it is over here. So guys, as you can see, we have our menu items designed perfectly for us. Now let's go to the logo. So we're going to go over here, and then with the logo, what are we going to do? Now let's click on general over here, and as you can see, we can set our logo, or we can choose a title for it. So I'm going to set our logo up. So as you can see, we don't have any images or any media item apart from this one over here. Now we're going to go to upload files, and we're going to select files, and then we will locate our logo from our folder. So I'm going to click on the folders, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these images over here, and then click on open, so that all the images that I will use for the website will be uploaded onto the website, so that I wouldn't be going up and down trying to upload image. So I'm going to click on open, allow it to upload, and then we will continue from there. Okay guys, now our images are all uploaded successfully. Now we can go ahead and select our logo. Go ahead and then click on select over here. Now of course you can decide to crop the logo, but I'm going to skip it because it is already cropped nicely for me. And as you can see, this is the logo over here. Now because we have chosen logo and title, it is displaying logo and title. But as you can see, we have our logo and title already in the logo. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on logo only, and then it's going to remove the title from there. So guys, as you can see, you can decide to increase the maximum width of the logo. So let's say I want to increase it to 250. It's going to be like this. You can also do same for your website. So now that we have set up our logo, we can go ahead and then set up the site icon. Now the site icon is the icon that appears over here whenever you visit a website. So now to do that, we're going to click on site icon, and then choose the icon that we want to set it up. So we're going to select site icon, and then we choose the icon from the media library. So I'm going to choose this icon or logo, and then click on select. It will tell us to crop it. Now of course the image is the one that we really want. So all what we need is just click on the crop, and now as you can see, we have this site icon set up successfully. Now if you look at the website, you see this icon over there. So now let's click on publish to publish it. So now we've done our header well, we've customized it the way we want it. Now let's move ahead to the footer. So to do that, we're going to go back and then we click on footer over here. And as you can see, the footer builder opens for us. So this is a simple footer that we are going to build, just a footer with a copyright notice. So what we are going to do is, first of all, we're going to go to copyright, the settings icon over here, click on it, and then what we are going to do is we want to remove some things from it. So for instance, the theme credit, we want to take it out from there. So we're going to remove that theme credit, just remove it, and then you're going to have this copyright year and then site title. Now that you have it done, I'm going to give some few things. I'm going to add some few things to it. So I'm going to give this, I'm going to type in this sign over here, and then after that I'm going to say designed by Kitech Digital. Now if you like, you can go ahead, select this whole thing, and then click on the link icon over here, and then add your own link over there. So I'm going to add my link, kitechdigital.com, so that when somebody clicks on that link, it will send a person to my website. So I'm going to click on apply, and then as you can see, it has been applied successfully. Now I can go ahead and even align it anyhow I want it. So I'm going to align it this way. I'm going to click on this alignment, and then I would scroll up over here, go to design. Now with the design, the link style over here, I'll say no underline, so that I remove the underline from it. Now also, what I want to do is I want to change the font color. So I can go ahead and change the font color to white. Now do not worry, the font color is different from the lens colors. So now as you can see, I can also set up my links colors. Now this is taking the default link color from the previous color setting that we did. So if you want it that way, you leave it like that, but if you don't want it, you can set a different link color over here. Now I'm going to click on publish. Now don't worry, you're not going to see this one, but the words are there. Now I'm doing this because I will still change the background of this place. So now that I have done what I need to do for the copyright, now I need to do for the main or the bottom row also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the bottom row settings icon, and then I'll come to design, and then I'll come to over here, it says background row, bottom row background. That is, we're going to select the background color. So we're going to click over here, and then after that, let's choose a color that we want. So let me just click on this one, and let's choose a color that we want. So we're going to choose a color, something like this over here, and that is a color that we want the footer to have. So now that we have this color, we're going to click on publish. So now you can see the copyright over here. Of course, you can adjust it anyhow you want it. For instance, you can remove this border or padding over here by going ahead and then doing extra settings for this, but I'm going to leave it as it is over here. You can play around it and then know what you want and what you do not want. So now that I am done with the footer and the header, I can go ahead and design my home page. So to exit this place, I'm going to click on this cancel button over here, or icon over here, and it's going to take me to the home page. So as you can see, the home page is getting there. Now we have our header designed nicely. We have our footer also designed nicely. Now we need to put some content on the home page. So how do we do that? And we're going to go back to the dashboard, go to the pages over here, click on all pages, and then we are going to locate our home page. So this is the front page, which is our home page. Click on edit over here, and then we're going to use Elementor to be able to design it the way we want it. So now that we are over here, all what we need to do is to click on this big button, blue button over here, which says edit with Elementor. So just click on it to edit your home page with Elementor. Remember that we're going to use Elementor to design all the 4 pages that we want to create. Okay guys, for those of you who watched the previous video, you will notice that it is the same thing as what we used in creating the text page. So I'm not going to waste my time telling you what is this and what is that. I'm just going to go straight ahead with the tutorial. So now what we are going to do is we're going to create a hero section over here. So to do that, we are going to click on this one over here, and then click on the 1 column section. Now we're going to go to height on the left side, click on the default and set it to minimum height. Now we have a minimum height set. Now of course, with the content width, you can also change it anyhow you want it. Now we are going to set the minimum height to 600, so that it will be a little bit bigger, or let's set it to 550. Okay, now we can go to style over here, and then with the background type we can choose between slideshow and classic. Now I love the slideshow because I want to display different images over there. So with a slideshow, when you click on it, you have to select images to display over here. So I'm going to click on this to create a gallery for me, so that I will use it on the slideshow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down and select some images that I want to use. So for instance, I want to use this image, I want to use this image, I want to also use this image. So 3 images over there. Now let's look at this image also. I want to use it. Now let's go on top of it, and then maybe use this image over here also. I think that is all. Now we can go ahead and even add another 1 more image. Okay, this image is not good, but this one is quite okay. So now that we have all the images that we want, we can click on create a new gallery, and now we're going to see 6 different images on the slideshow. So we're going to insert the gallery with these 6 different images over here. Just allow it to load, and then you're going to see all the images changing and looping out the way you want it. You can go ahead and do some settings over here. With a transition, you can decide to make it to a slide right, fade, slide left, slide up, slide down, anyhow you want it. But I think slide right is what I want. Now that I'm done with this one, I can decide to even change the background size and make it cover, so that it will fit all the what? All the other part of the session. Now with the position also, I'll make it center. Now everything is quite okay for me, except that I want to write something on it. And I'm thinking that if I write something on it, I'm not going to see it. So I want to create an overlay, a little bit of, a darker overlay for the website. So I'm going to scroll and then click on background overlay over here. Now that I want to give it a background overlay, I'm going to select the background type, which is classic. So now I can decide to choose a color that I want. And I'm going to choose a darker color so that it's going to be a little bit dark for me. Now, of course, with the opacity, we can decide to increase the opacity or decrease the opacity, depending on how you want it. Okay, so now I think 62 is okay for me. Now I can go ahead, click on the plus icon, add in anything that I want to add over here. So I'm going to add a text widget or a heading widget over here. And I'm going to say, take your website online. Or let's say, take your business online. Your website is already online, sorry. So take your business online. Okay, so now I can go ahead, align it in the center, go to the style over here, change the color to white. I'm going to change the color to white, come to typography, and then I can change the typography to any font family that I want. So I'm going to search for Montserrat, click on it, and then make it 55. So now 55 is even small for me, so I'm gonna say maybe 80. Yeah, so 80 is okay for me. So now that I have this one done, now what I want to do is I want to make sure that this one fits in the center. So I'm going to go to click on this edit session over here, and then I am going to change the content width of this session. So I'm going to go to layout over here, and then go to the width over here, and then make it 800, so that it's going to be something like this. So as you can see, it is not wide enough, but it is just in the middle, which is what I want. Now I can still click on this 9 dots over here and then drag in a button to this place. Now I have a button over here. So now what I want to do is I want to give this same, get a quote over here. So I'm going to say get a quote. And then the next point is I'm going to link it to the contact side. So now we'll be having a button which when people click, they will go to the contact page and then send us a message. So we will align it in the middle over here, and then change it from small to medium, and then go to style, and we want to style our button. So I'm going to change this one to this orange color. So as you can see, I'm going to replace it with the orange color over here. Now as you can see, it is now working. Now with the hover, I'm going to change it to the green color that we use. So with the background type, I'm going to change it to this screen. So when somebody hover on it, it's going to have this green color over there. I'm going to update it, even though I'm not done. I just update so that whenever something happens to my computer, I still have my settings saved. Now I'm going to go to typography over here, and I'm going to change from Roboto to Montserrat. Now I'm going to search for Montserrat, choose it, come over here, make it 18. With the quote, I can with the weight, I can decide to change it anyhow I want, but I'm going to leave it as 500, which I think is okay. Now there is an extra space between this one, which I think is too big for me, so I want it to go a little bit up. So what I want to do is I want to remove the extra space. So I'm going to click on this edit heading button over here, icon over here. Then I'm going to go to advanced over here. I'll unlink the padding, and then with the bottom I'm going to give it -20, so that it removes that kind of like a padding from a margin from there. Or let me just make it -30. So guys, as you can see, we have a website that says take your business online, with a slider and then a button over here. So now that we have this one done, I'm going to update it over here. Now we have our session created. Now of course we can go ahead and then list some things that we want to list over here. But what I'm going to do is I want to make this thing very simple, not that many, or not that so much ongoing on the home page. But I'm going to just create a 2-column section over here. Go to advanced, give it a top and bottom margin of, let's say 80. I think is too much. Let's say 50. And then I'm going to add an image over here. So I'm going to click over here, drag in an image over here. Sorry. Click on the insert image, and I insert any image that I want to I would like to insert. So let's look at this one. This is too big for me. Let me go to here. Okay, so let's say I want to insert this one over here. Click on insert image. Now I have this one over here. Now I can click on this plus icon over here, just dragging a heading widget over here, and then just type about, and then I'll go to style, change the color of the text to black, change the typography to Montserrat, and then change the size to 16, or let's make it 18. And then with the weight, I'm going to make it normal. Now I'll duplicate this one. So I'm going to right click and duplicate. And then I'll write Cpanel digital. Now with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on style over here. Go to typography. Increase this one to 35, and then this one to 600. So now guys, all what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to advanced over here, unlink the margin, and then remove the negative 20 from it, so that it will go up a little bit. Or I can go ahead and then do it with this one rather. So with about, I'm going to go to advanced over here, and then unlink the margin, then make it the bottom negative 20. So it's going to be something like this, as you can see. 20, sorry, it's going to be something like this. So now what I'm going to do is I want to write some things over here. Okay, so I can just copy any text over there. So I'm going to just go and search for dummy text, and then copy some and paste it over there. So we're gonna go to the Lorem Ipsum website, and then just copy some dummy images over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this dummy text, copy it, come back over here, and then I'm going to click on this 9 dots over here, and I'm going to drag in a text editor underneath the Kitec Digital. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste in the text that I copied to this place. So guys, as you can see, I have the text over here. So I'm just going to remove some small one from it, and then I'm going to go to style, and then style the text the way I want it. So with the typography, of course, I'm going to change it to Montserrat. So what I'm going to do is, and then with the size, I'm going to say maybe 18. So 18 is too much, so I'm going to say 16. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to save the font. Okay, so I'm going to click on create new font, global font, and then I want to say Mont, that is for Montserrat. Now I'm going to click on it to save it. Now I'm going to go over here, and then with the color, I'm just going to deepen the color a little bit to make it that kind of black. And then now over here underneath this one, I want to bring a line. Okay, so what I would do is I want to go to this place. Now you see this divider over here. I'm going to drag it beneath this one. So make sure that you drag it underneath the header. Yes, just like this one. As you can see, there is the divider over there. So now of course you can choose any style that you want. I'm going to leave it as solid, and I'm going to make it like 20%. Okay, so let me see if there is something I can. Okay, so this is okay. Now you can even decide to add any icon or anything that you want to add. So if you feel like you want to add something to it, you can add an icon to it, but I'm going to leave it as it is. And then I'm going to go to style, and then if I want to style it, I can decide to style it anyhow I want it. So for instance, I can decide to change the color, okay, to match, the color of the website that we are using. So to even make it happen, to make it more nicely, I'm going to change this color to our green color. Okay, so I'm going to copy this color, go to style over here, and then change this one to the green color. Okay, so as you can see, this one gives us what? Our green color. So now I can click to create the color and then change it to green. Okay, and click on create over there. Now also with this one, I can do it anyhow I want it. Also change it to maybe the orange color, whatever it is, but I'm just going to leave it as it, and then change this one rather to the orange color. So I'm going to go over here and then copy this one, come to this place, and then make it our orange color. So that is the divider. So as you can see, it is the orange color. Now I can increase the weight of the divider a little bit. So 2.5 is quite okay. Now I can I can click on this side over here, go to advanced, and then reduce the the margin at the bottom. So at the bottom over here, I can reduce the margin to -20, and also over here I can go over here, and then the gap between it, I can close that gap. Okay, so as you can see, I can decide to close the gap between this one, and now I have something nicely to call my my own. Now I can decide to go over here, click on this one over here, click on this 6 dot over here. Okay, so let's click on it, go to layout, and then make sure that the vertical alignment, you position it in the middle. Okay, in that way, if we do it like this, it's going to be perfectly aligned. Okay, now I still have something I want to do. I want to create a gap over here. So what I will do is the column gaps over here, I'm going to say wider column gap. Okay, so that it's going to be something like this. So now if I close and view it fully, I'm going to have something like this over here. So now I am going and creating the website one after the other. So as you can see, this session is also is created. Now we can go ahead and then create another session. Okay, so we can also go ahead and create another session. Now the session I'm going to create is a call to action session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this one column session over here. Now go to give it a minimum height of 400, go to style over here, and then I'm going to give it a background type of classic, and then also choose an image for it. Now with the image that I'm going to choose, I'm going to choose this particular image over here, or even this particular image over here, and click on insert media. Okay, so as you can see, our image is inserted very nicely. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on repeat and say no repeat. We're going to click on size and choose cover for it, and then with the position, you can center left, center right, choose anything that you want it to be. Okay, it depends on how you want it. So I chose center, and you can choose anyhow you want it to be. So with this one over here, now with with a image in it, I want the attachment to be fixed. Okay, so that when I scroll, I'm gonna see this one fixed over here. Okay, now I want to add a call to action over here. Okay, so you can add any call to action that you want to people to um you know take action over here. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go scroll down over here and then click on background overlay, and then I'll still add a background overlay for this particular image. So I'm gonna click on classic, click on color, and I choose a dark background overlay for the image as it is over here. Click outside to make sure that the image is set. So as you can see, I have it. Now I'm going to scroll up and then just copy this text over here. So I'm going to right click on it and then copy. Okay, copy, come over here and then paste it over here. So right click over here and then I'm going to say paste. So as you can see, I have this one perfectly done over here. Now I can go ahead and then write anything or even leave it as it is. And then with the typography, I want to reduce the size a little bit. So I'll change it to instead of 88, I'll say maybe 55. Okay, or even 55 is a little bit too big, so I'm gonna say maybe 35. Okay, so 35 is quite okay. Okay, so of course you can write anything that you want to write over here. It depends on you what you want to write. Okay, so now I can come over here and then copy this one over here. So just copy it, right click on it and then copy it, scroll down and then just right click over here and then click on paste. So as you can see, you have this one over here. Now I'm still going to remove the the bottom margin that we created with the 30. So I'm going to make it, let's say, remove it, and then we're going to see how it's going to be. So now that I have removed it, I think it's okay. So with this one also, I want to add a button over here. So I'm going to right click and then copy the same button and paste it over here. Okay, so that the button will run through it. So I'm going to paste this one over here. Now with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that it is aligned to the left. Okay, and then I'll change it to a little bit maybe small. Okay, so basically that is enough. Of course, we can decide to even remove some of the text so that the design will be will not be crowded. It will be very nice for us to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove some few things from the text, making the text a little bit shorter. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay. So making the text a little bit shorter so that we can write read more. We can write read more. Instead of get a quote, we will say read more. Okay, so you can say read more. Okay, and this one will be redirected to the about page. So we set up that bottom direction to the about page. Now we're gonna click on update. Now home page is is getting it's getting into shape. Okay, it's now getting into shape. So as you can see, we have our hero section, we have the about section over here, then we have a simple call to action, and then over here we can decide to list some of the services that we offer. Okay, so some of the services that we offer, we can decide to list some of them over here. So of course we can go ahead and then just use a one column section over here, and then I'll just add in a text over here and say maybe our services. So I'm just going to add our services over here, put it in the middle, go to advanced of it, make sure that we create what, a padding and other stuff for it. So we can what, create a margin for it. So what I'm going to do is okay, with this one I'm just going to what, click on this one. Okay, go to advanced over here and then give it top and bottom margin of 50. Okay, so I'm going to give the top 50, and then with the bottom I'm going to what, give it to what, maybe 10. Okay, because definitely we're going to put something over here, and that is why I'm giving it to what, a 10. Or let's still give it to what, the 50. Okay, and then what we're going to do is what, we will click on this this grip icon over here, drag in the inner section. Okay, this inner section thing over here, we're going to drag it and then position it at the bottom of the services. Okay, so as you can see, we have these two inner sections. Now I'm going to what, make it to a 3, duplicate it to make it to a 3. So 1 2 3, meaning that we're going to make sure that we have what, 3 different services over here. Okay, so with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to what, click over here, go to style. Okay, go to style, and then I'll choose the color. Remember the color that we used. Okay, so the green, this green over here, that is exactly what we're going to do. Now let's go to what, this one over here. Now we can what, we can click over here and then even copy the what, we can right click on it and copy the style of what, of the color. So we copy it, the style of what, of the text. Okay, and then we come over here, we right click on it, and then we say what, we will paste the style. Okay, so it's going to be just like the other one, but this one around, we don't want it on the what, on the left side. So we what, make sure that we edit it and then put it, the content in the middle. Okay, so go to content and then position it what, in the middle. So as you can see, this is how it's going to what, it's going to be like. Now we have what, our services created. Now we want to what, put in some services over here. Okay, so what do? We click on this one over here. I want space to be here, so I'm going to go to advanced over here, and then I'll create some space for it. So what I'll do is I'm going to create let's say 2020 space for it. So now, very good, that is it. So I'm going to click on this plus button over here, and then the widget panel or the element panel will open for me. And when it opens, I'm going to search for box. Okay, so I have an icon box, I have a content box, and this is what I want to use. So I'm going to drag in the content the image box, the image box. So I'm going to drag in the image box, fill in some few details of it, and then it will serve as my services. So as you can see, I'm going to go to choose an image for it. So I'm going to choose this one, insert it over here, and then with this one, the heading, I'm going to say maybe web design. Okay, now of course you can decide to write in anything that you want to write over here. So it depends on it depends on you, but I'm going to leave it as it is, and then go to style everything that is over here. So with the spacing and other stuff, you know what to do. With the width of the image, you can choose it the way you want it, but I'm going to give it a full 100%. Okay, and then we can go ahead. You can even give it a border and all the other things. It depends on border radius, maybe border type, border radius. Let's say you want to give it 20. It depends on how you see how this one makes it becomes rounded over here. Okay, now hover animation, you can also do same. So if you want the image to animate whenever you hover on it, you can do so. You want it to grow whenever you hover on it, you can do so anyhow you want it to what to make sure that you what you do it. Okay, so you can what choose any hover animation that you want to what you want to use. Okay, and that is it. So for me, I'm just going to choose Bob. Okay, so with this one, it's quite okay. This one is not even what I want. Let me see if I was still, yeah, this one over here. Yeah, this one. Okay, that is exactly what I want. So now let's go to the content over here. Okay, so with the content, let's click on it and then open the details to see what goes on into the content. So as you can see, the title color, we can choose the title color that we want. So we're going to make it what black. Okay, and then the typography, you can also choose the typography that you want. Okay, so if you have the global color over here, you can go ahead and then choose it. So as you can see, we have the global color over here, or the global typography that we wanted to use over here. So I want to make it a little bit bolder, like 600. Okay, and then increase this one to 18. Okay, very good. Now with this one, I want to also make it a little bit black. Okay, and then choose a global color for it, which is this one. Choose a global font for it, which is this one over here. Okay, so I think it's quite okay. Everything is working perfectly the way we wanted it to work. Now of course, you can go ahead and then do anything that you want to do with it. Okay, so for instance, we can go to center it if you want to center it. Okay, now the top, middle, and all those things, however you want it, you can make it anyhow. The vertical alignment, you can make it anyhow you want it. So if you want it to be in the middle, you can choose. You want it to be the top, bottom, anyhow you can choose it. Now if you go to the advanced over here, or what I want to do is to create a little bit of padding. Okay, so like 20 for it, so that there's going to be a padding all around it. So as you can see, this is quite okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one, copy it, paste it over here, paste it over here, and then also paste it over here, so that we're going to have three things. Now what I will do is I'll click on this one. Okay, and then come over here and then change it, the image that I want. So the web design, this one will be social media marketing. Okay, so I'm going to use social media marketing. So social media marketing. Okay, and then this one is also going to be a different thing altogether. So I'm going to choose maybe SEO for it. Okay, so this one is search engine optimization. So I'm gonna say maybe search engine optimization. So these are our services. Okay, so these are our services. Now of course, we can also bring in this kind of divider over there. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the divider and then send it to the bottom over here underneath the services, paste, and then put it in the middle. Now of course, we can make sure that we reduce it to fit the needs of the services, and that is it. Now anything that we want to put it in, we can still go ahead and then bring it over here. So what I want to do is I just want to just put something like read more, or view more services or something like that, okay, underneath over here. So we can go ahead, copy this one over here, just copy it, come below over here, or just come over here, right click on this one, and then click on what, paste, and let's see where it goes. Okay, so it goes what, over here, and that is not where we want it. Okay, so I'm going to what, undo it, and then what I'm going to do is what, I'm going to paste it over here underneath this one over here. So I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, I still want it to be under this inner section, so I will use the navigator and then move it. Okay, so I'm going to locate where this one is. So as you can see, this is what, this is it, this is the button. Okay, and this is the inner section. Okay, so as you can see, now I want to move it underneath the what, the inner section, not inside the inner section, but underneath the inner section. So let's see. So as you can see, it is now fitting perfectly well. Okay, and that is exactly what I want. So now I have my what, my button over here. So all what I can do is what, just make sure that I write what, view more services. So view more services over here, or I can even what, give it what, an icon. Okay, so I can give it an arrow icon like this one over here, and then click on insert, put it after the services, give it a little bit of spacing, okay, like this, and now you're ready to what, to go. So now this thing is done, our services is done. Now we can what, do the last one. Now the last one, I'm going to copy this session over here, so I'm going to right click on it and then copy the session, and then come down over here, and then that is going to be my last call to action. Okay, paste it over here, and then click on this one, change some few things on it. So I'm going to go to style over here, and then I'll change the image over there. So I'll click on the image, and then I'll change the image. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is what our last one. So I can just say what, maybe boost sales by taking your business online. So just something like that. Okay, so boost sales by taking your business online, and then what happened, and then I can what, we can just what, save the changes or update everything over here. Okay, let's update it. Now if you go to the front page of our website and then you refresh the website, you're gonna have a completely well designed what, website for you. So as you can see, this is what, a very nice, well designed website purposely for your business. So now everything is what, is working perfectly right. So you can what, you can based on this one, design any website that you want to design. So now we are done with our home page. Okay, now the home page is done, but we need to make sure that we design it and then make it mobile responsive, because nowadays almost everybody is on the mobile, is on his or her mobile phone. So make sure that you get your website, you make sure that the website is mobile friendly. So to do that, we are going to what, click on, you see this responsive button over here. Now Elementor make it in such a way that you can also design it in the mobile side also. So click on it. Okay, and then let's firstly check it on the tablet mode, and then we can what, rearrange it or redesign it in the tablet side. Okay, so if you think this is okay for you, then you keep it as it is. So I think this is quite okay. So now let's go to the mobile phone side. Okay, so with the mobile phone side, this is bad. Okay, so you see this is bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on it, and then as you can see, we will go to the content over here, and then reduce the size of the let's go to style. Reduce the size of the of the heading text. Okay, so we're going to go to typography, and then instead of 80, let's drag it to, let's say, 45. Okay, so 45 I think is okay. Now let's go up and then click on this 6 dot icon over here, and then go to advanced. Okay, or do not go to advanced, just go to layout over here, and then with this we're going to reduce the minimum height. So instead of the 600 or the 550, we're going to reduce it to the height that is very nice for mobile. So I think this is quite okay. Now we can come over here and then do all kinds of changes that we want to do for it. Okay, so as you can see, everything is quite okay. If you don't feel it's all right, you just change it. Okay, now when you are done with it, just click on update to update the changes. So now we are done with our home page. We can move on to do the other 2 or the other 3 pages left. Now the most important thing was the home page, and then we doing the home page, we can go ahead and then do all the other pages that is left just by copying and then pasting. Okay, and that is exactly what I want to show you. So now let me just click on cancel over here, and then come back to so now we are done with it. Now we're not going to exit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back over here, and then go to the admin dashboard of our WordPress website. Hi guys, so our next step is to design our about page. So to do that, we're going to hover on pages over here, go to all pages. Okay, now that we are over here, we're going to click on edit underneath about. Now we're still going to use Elementor to design our about page. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit with Elementor. Okay guys, so we have to design our about page. Now we are going to design our about page just like we designed our home page. Okay, but with this one, we're just going to do some copy and paste somewhere. So first thing we need to do is to create the hero session for the about page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here, and then I'll copy something from here. Okay, and then use it for the hero session. So I'm going to copy this one over here. I'm just going to copy this particular place over here. Okay, so I'm going to say copy, come over here, and then right click on this side. Okay, so just right click on this one, then click on paste. So as you can see, I have copied and pasted from a different page. Now I don't need the getter code, so I'm going to clean delete this one. Okay, I'm going to delete this one, and then over here I want to change it from take your business online to about. Okay, so about Kitech Digital. Okay, so now we have our about page over here. That is the hero session. Now let's go to style, and then instead of the fix, we're going to change it to either scroll or default. Okay, so any one of it. So we're going to click on this place. Okay, and then change the background image. Go to style. Instead of fix, we're going to make sure that it is scroll. So as you can see, the attachment is fix. We're going to make sure that either scroll or default. So I'm going to leave it as default. Okay, and with this one, we can also decide to even change the typography, like make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so instead of 35, we can even go to 45. Okay, yeah, so that is it. So now we have our about page over here. Now let's go to the home page again. Also, we want to copy this whole session over here. Okay, so we want to copy this whole session over here, because that is for the about page. So we're going to go over here and then paste it over here. Okay, now of course you can decide to change in your anything that you want to change over here, but I'm just going to leave it. Now instead of read more, I'm going to remove the read more over here. Okay, and then click on delete, Okay, and then also I can decide to what, increase the text over here, or even duplicate this one. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to duplicate this one, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove these things from there. I'm going to remove the about and other things, all of them from there. Okay, so all these ones I'm going to delete from there, and then I'm going to copy this one, and then come over here and click on paste. Okay, and then what the next thing I'll do is what I'm going to just copy this one, just right click on this image over here, right, copy it, and then come over here and click on on paste. Okay, so it's going to be something like this over here. Okay, so now I can decide to go ahead and change the images that I want to change. So I can go ahead and then change the images. Okay, so maybe I'll put this image over here, and then come over here, and then also put another image over here instead of this particular image. So I'm going to put this image over here. So guys, as you can see, different things all together, and they are all fitting in very, very well. Okay, so we can even update it and make sure that it fits very well. I don't know why this one is not showing, but then it will it will show. So as you can see, we have something over here. Now we can even go ahead and also give another call to action. Let's say we give a call to action over here. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one, copy again, come over here and paste it over here. So paste this one over here. Okay, just a call to action. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm still going to copy another thing from the home page. Okay, now I'm just copying and paste because I know the design I'm doing, and this I don't want to redesign it again. Okay, because I don't want to change colors, change anything. So I'm just going to copy this one over here, copy it, just copy it, come over here, and then paste it over here, paste it over here. Okay, so now guys, so we have this one over here. So this is, instead of our service, I'm going to remove this one from here and make it our team. Okay, so our team, instead of our service, we're going to make sure it is our team. And then I'm going to insert the images of the team members over there. So I'm going to put this guy over there, and then I'm just going to give him a name. Okay, so let's say Jordan Michael. Okay, and then just put maybe an email address. Okay, so maybe j.michael@kitechdigital.com. okay, so just something like this. Okay, so we have 3 team members. I'm going to delete this one over here, delete this one, come over here, and then just click over here, put in a different name over there, a different image over there. So let's say this lady over here. So I'm gonna put a lady over here, and then I'm gonna say Esther Peterson. Okay, and then also give an email address over there. Okay, now go to the next one, do the same thing also over there, maybe this lady over here, and then I'll do the same thing also with her. Okay, so I'm gonna call her Grace. Johnson, and then give her an email address. Let's say grace.j@kitechdigital.com. So these are my my team members. Okay, now guys, make sure that mostly to make sure the website is clean and neat, make sure that all the images are with the same size. Okay, so that is it. Now with this one, I intentionally did it this way so that this lady will be somewhere here and then the rest will be bigger in there, but make sure that you give it the same size so that at least your your team members or your website to be clean and nice. Okay, so as you can see guys, these are my team members over here, and then I can click on update to update it. Now of course you can add different images, different things to it, but this is what I am sticking with. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the main session over here and then check out the advanced, the margin between it. If it is okay for me, I'm going to give it the bottom margin of 80. Okay, so guys, make sure that you make sure that the images are the same, and then also make sure that you give a space at the bottom so that whenever you you go and then try to view them like this, they wouldn't be stuck at the footer over here. Okay, so basically that is how I created, or how we've created our about page. Okay, so now what again do we have to do? So the next one is to create our services page with the same concept and the same idea. We can also go ahead and then create our services page. So with the services, now with the about page, I'm going to exit it by clicking over here. Okay, so and then click here to view the page. So as you can see, this is how our about page looks like. Okay, very neatly done, nicely designed. Okay, very nicely done, and that is it. Now we are here to go to our services page. Okay, now to design our services page, we're going to click on services over here, and guys, as you can see, the services doesn't have any any information, so we're going to design it just like we designed the about and the home page. Okay, so guys, what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit page over here. Now this is the services page, okay, that we are editing. So we want to use Elementor to design it just like we did with the other pages. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit with Elementor over here. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the about page over here, and then I'll copy the hero section over here, and then I'll come back to the services page and then right click on the section over here and then click on paste, to paste this the hero section that I copied from the about page. Now I'm going to change this text over here, and then instead of about, I'm going to say our services. So now we have our services over here. Of course you can write anything that you want to write underneath. Now I'll go to home page over here. Okay, so the home page over here, I'm going to go over there and then also copy our services that we listed over here. So I'm going to click on this one, right click on this one, sorry, and then come over here and then copy, come to services over here, and then over here I'm going to paste in the one that I just copied over here. That is the list of services that we offer. So I'm going to paste it over here. So guys, as you can see, I have the list of services over here. Now I can go ahead and then duplicate this kind of services. So right click on it and then duplicate it. So I can duplicate it like this, and as you can see, we have a lot of services over here, and then I can go ahead and then change the image that I want to use. Okay, so with this one, the web design, the second web design, I will choose a different image for it, so that it will it will fit in whatever that we are we want. So we want to choose this one over here. Want to choose this one, and then instead of web design, we say video editing, and then I'll go to the social media, also change the image, go ahead and choose a different image for it. So instead of social media, maybe we can choose a different image. So let me go through and see what again that we okay. Oh, so we can even choose this one over here, which is music distribution. Okay, so I'm gonna go and then say music distribution. Okay, so we distribute your music online for you, and then you can do so for this one. So any other thing that you do, you just put it in over there. Okay, and that is it. Now when everything is set for you, make sure that you have space above and then below. Okay, so that you can be able to your design will be nice. It wouldn't be stuck somewhere else. So let's go to the advance of this one also. So as you can see, this one have the bottom and top, it has it has. So let me give it to like 50 bottom on top, and then we can update it over here. So guys, as you can see, everything is working perfectly, right? Okay, so over here also I can decide to go over there and then give it to instead of the bottom and top, I'm just going to give it the bottom, which is 50. Okay, and then I'm going to update it. So now we have our services page neatly done. We can go ahead and then view the page, okay, for our services, and you realize that we have created a website for our services. We have created a very nice page for our services. So as you can see, this is our services, and that is neatly done for us. So guys, this is how you can create a service page. Now the next page that we're going to create is the contact page. Okay, now with the contact page, we're not going to spend much time on it. The way we copied this one, we're going to copy the hero session for it, and then we'll use the how do you call it, we use the contact plugin that we installed to be able to create a very nice contact form for our website. So how do we create a contact page? First of all, let's go back to the dashboard. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard, and let's go and then create a contact form from the contact form 7. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is the contact over here. Now we're going to click on contact forms over here. Now automatically contact form 7 will create one contact form for us. So as you can see, this is a contact form that it created for us, and we can go ahead and then just add in. But if you want to know how to create a contact form using contact form 7, I've done a video of it. I'll put the link in the description. You can go and then watch it and then learn how you can be able to create form for it. But with this video, we're not going to waste much time on it, so we will just copy this short code over here and then use it in our form, okay, or in our page. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to all pages over here. I'm going to open in a new tab over here, and then we will we'll edit the contact page, and then also start creating the page, and then integrate the shortcode that we just copied in it. So as you can see, this is the contact page. Okay, so I'm going to click on edit over here to edit the page for us, and then we'll use Elementor to be able to design the page the way we want it. Okay guys, so as you can see, we can decide to go ahead and then even paste in the shortcode over here. Okay, we can paste in the shortcode over here, and that is, as you can see, it is what it is pasted for us. We can go ahead and update it. Okay, and then we can go ahead and even view it, and as you can see, the contact form will be will be created for us. Simple as that. Okay, and no need to do anything. But then we want to make sure that our hero sessions are almost the same throughout the website. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. It's not really nice. It's really not nice. Okay, and that is not what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit with Elementor over here. Okay guys, so now we want to edit the page. So because we have this one over here, we don't want this this header over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is you see this settings icon over here, click on it, and then the page layout over here, click over here and then change it to Elementor full width. Okay, now we can go ahead and update it, and as you can see, even when you don't update it, it will change to Elementor full width for you, telling you that you want to hide the header of that particular page. So that, as you can see, we have we have it now over there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the about page over here, and then we're going to copy this hero session over here, come back over here, and then click on this plus icon over here, and then right click over here and then paste in the the about hero session over here. Click on it, the text over here, and then make sure that you type in, you change the header text, and then type in contact us over here. Okay, so now you can decide to even change the image over here by going to style and doing it, but I'm not going to waste my time over it. Now I'm going to click on this plus icon again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the plus sign over here, and then I'm going to use this one over here to create our contact, or I can even use this one over. I'm going to use this particular one over here. Okay, now I'm going to drag in this thing inside this one, and then I'll delete the last session over here. So now it's going to be something like this. Okay, or I can decide to just copy this one over here, just copy it. Okay, and then search for click on this this particular, how do you call it, 9 dots or the grep icon over here, search for shortcode. Okay, just search for shortcode over here, and then drag in the shortcode within this one. Okay, and then paste in your shortcode over here, and you're going to see the contact form over here. So as you can see, we have our contact form over here. As simple as that. Now I can delete the last one, which populated from when we edited the page. So now we have our contact form over here. Now we can go ahead and then just straighten it up, edit it, and then see what we can do about it. So I'm going to go to advanced over here. I'm going to give it margin first. Okay, so I'm going to give it 50 top and bottom margin, and then also I'm going to come here and then drag this one to this place, and drag this one also to this place. Okay, so that there'll be a little bit of space over here. And then with the padding, I'll give it around padding of 20 for now. Okay, around padding of 20. Even with this one, I don't need any padding for it. What I need a padding for is this particular session. Okay, column. So the column over here, I need a padding for. So with a column, I'm going to make it 60%. So it's supposed to be like 60%, and here will be 20, and here 20, and then also this place should be should be 20. Okay, so it should be 20, and then in the middle is 60%. So I'm going to make this place also what 20, and then the middle should be what 60%. So now that I have this one done, I can click over here, or I can even go to this place over here and then go to advanced over here and then give a padding for it. Okay, so I'm going to give it a padding of 20 for it. Okay, so that there will be what kind of a space. So let's say a padding of 30. Okay, very good. So that there'll be some kind of what space for it. Okay, and now I can also even go ahead, scroll, or go to style over here, and then even give it a border radio. Okay, so if I want to give it a border and then a border radio, I can still give it. Or if I want to give it even a background, I can still give it. So let's say I want to give it to it border of solid, and then the width should be, let's say, 2. Okay, and then the color should be the green color over here. Where is it? The color should be the green color. Okay, so where's the green color over here? So I'm going to choose this green color as the color. Okay, so as you can see, guys, this is the green color, and then I'm going to choose the border radius of 20. Okay, so we're going to have something like this over there, and which is what we want. And then you can go ahead and even give it to let's click on the edit column over here, and then go ahead and then give it, let's go to the border over here and give it to box shadow. Okay, so we can even give it to a box shadow for it to be very nicely done. Now that we are done with it, we can go ahead and then click on update to update our form. Okay, so guys, this is how you can create a very nice contact page. We can go ahead and then take a look at our contact page. So at first it was this one. Now if you refresh it, it's going to change to the all new one that we have created. So as you can see, this is the all new one that we just created, and that is it. So this is how you can be able to create your own contact form. So guys, we are through with designing a simple website for ourselves. So as you can see, we have we have our home page neatly done. We have our home page neatly done. We have our also, this is the home page. Okay, so as you can see, this is the home page neatly done. Okay, the home page neatly done. We have our about page also neatly done, and then we also have our services page also. So this is a about page also neatly done. Okay, with the theme. Okay, with our theme and other things, all of them neatly done. And then we also have our services page also neatly done. So we are through with day 2 of our web design course, and in this lesson, we learned about how to be able to install themes and plugins, and then also use Elementor website builder to be able to create a simple website for ourselves. So we created a simple 4-page website for ourselves. Now if you are able to follow this along, you'll be able to use these skills for yourself or for your client. If you're a new web designer learning how to create a website without coding, then I think this video might help you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Share this video to whoever wants to learn, and let's grow together. See you in our next video. Bye bye.